Hello and welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics Top Picks for New Comic Book Day this upcoming Wednesday, November 6th, 2024. We have got another good week of books coming. A little later week, but there are some really good ones this week. So as usual, you know, we'll get into what I'm looking at. My top picks. I've got some really good stuff coming down the road, which you're going to want to get pre-ordered. A lot of you probably know about it, but I'm going to mention it anyways because right now, Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, all that stuff is really hot. This other stuff coming is going to be just as hot. So the best way to do it is buy it for cover price, and then you're not chasing all these books down the road. Get them pre-ordered. Anyways, we'll get into that. Before I get going, I just want to say, hope you're all doing well and that you are all awesome. So yeah, there we go. We'll start with what I'm looking at. I'm going to start with my indies this week. Got two from Dark Horse, and this first one, boy, I really think this one snuck under the radar. I almost passed this over, but I started looking at it like, oh, what is... Anyways, it's called The Carlisle School for Kings #1. There's only one cover for this, cover A. And you might be saying, Jim, why would I want to buy that book? It looks like kind of a fantasy thing, in which it is. It's kind of, you know... Anyways, and the reason for that, if you look at the writer, Nelson Greaves, you're like, who the heck is Nelson Greaves? Well... He's been a writer on Sleepy Hollow 2013, Unfriended 2014, 24 Legacy 2017, Deception 2018, and C 2019. That's the one with Jason Momoa. So he's definitely got some ties to Hollywood. So for me, a book like that with a very low print run and only one cover, if that ever does anything happen with that, that's going to be a hot book. So I pre-ordered that one. That's all I can say. Got it for cover price, but that's it. The other one from Dark Horse, another one with only one cover, cover A. It's called Living Hell #1. I got two from Dark Horse this week. And Dark Horse has, they've put out some, over the years, they put some really, really good books out. Like I say, this one's called Living Hell #1. It's about a demon escapes from hell to try and live a quiet life on Earth. And then he's trying to kind of hide his past, and then plans go awry when he runs into one of Hell's bounty hunters. So that's another one. I think there's two from Dark Horse this week, but especially that Carlisle School for Kings. Boy, that one, I have not seen anybody talking about that one, and I'm glad I got that pre-ordered. So those are two from them I'm really looking at this week. Image, I only like, this is Gunslinger 37. I got the first few issues of Gunslinger. I haven't been reading it. But it's a booth cover. A is a booth cover, and I just really like it. I think it's a wicked looking cover. So it's just a cover. I like the cover on that. It's the only reason I mention it. From Boom, another really good one is Something Is Killing the Children #0. So this is technically a prequel to the whole storyline. It's kind of where the story began, precedes Archer's Peak saga, all that. So basically an origin story. So looks like a really good one. From DC. This one's an absolute no-brainer. See what I did there? It's Absolute Superman #1. Whole bunch of covers as usual. You've got regular price covers. I'm just getting cover A. There's card stock covers. There's foil covers, incentive covers. You take your pick, but highly recommend you get cover A. Buy multiple copies. I say that all the time with these books, especially at cover price. Buy 2, 3 of them, 4 of them, whatever you can afford. If you can only afford one, get one. Hey, don't beat yourself up, but that's a no-brainer this week. I mentioned before, Jason Aaron's the writer on this, and some of his stuff is amazing. Like his run on Thor was so good. Oh man, it was so good. Especially with Gore the God Killer, that whole time for him. And later on with Thor, I mentioned this previously, he's kind of famous for putting in a single page and then in multiple issues, and then that'll lead up to kind of a climax quite a ways down the road. So if you see a single page in this book, just know that that's leading to something big down the road. So anyways, Absolute, I don't think I need to tell you about Absolute Superman. Everybody should have that on their pull list. Batgirl #1 is out this week. There's a whole bunch of covers for this one. I'm not getting this one, but there is a really nice Archer. It's got a cardstock and a foil. You can see the image on the screen. Really nice cover. Man, I like that one. That is out this week. Batman 155. I am not buying Batman right now, but I'm going to talk about Batman at the end because this is definitely a series. If you don't have it on your list, I did have it for the longest time, but the last year I haven't been reading it. There is a really nice 1 for 25 Bjorn Barons cover, which you'll see on the screen. It's really nice. Boy, I like that one. I'm not buying it, but it's nice. JSA is out. This number 1 is out. It's kind of your Golden Age characters coming back. That is out this week. Poison Ivy, number 27. There's a 1 for 25 Puppeteer League cover. And oh man, look at so many good covers right now. But again, like for me, if I'm not into the story, it has to be an amazing cover, which, boy, I'm going to show you one in a little bit. And last from DC is Little Batman Month 1, number 1. There's 2 covers for that. And that's kind of a sequel to the I think it's Merry Little, what did I had it written down here? What the heck was it? Merry Little Batman or something like that. It was an animated Batman show. So that one's kind of interesting. From Marvel, I don't have a lot from Marvel this week. The only one I got from them is Ultimates number 6, and that's technically because it says there's going to be a death of a major character, but as you know in comics, they'll die and 2 months later they're right back alive because some miracle happened. But anyways, so I think you all know that by now. Deaths don't last very long in comics. So again, these are my picks this week. My number 1 pick is Absolute Superman number 1. It's going to be a big print run, but it's kind of a no-brainer. If it's anywhere near as good as Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman, it's going to be good. And keep your eyes peeled for second, third print the whole bit, because it'll be coming. And I just got to say with DC, boy, you know, for the longest time they were just sort of floating along and just didn't seem like anything was happening, and it's like vanilla ice cream for everything. But man, they've really picked it up this last little bit with these new titles. I really like it. It's the first time in a long time I've been really excited about DC Comics. Number 2, I've got the Carlisle School for Kings number 1 from Dark Horse. I think that is an absolute sleeper. Low print. The writer has got huge ties to Hollywood and everything else, so that's one. If you get it for cover, I got it for cover price, and you should too. I don't suggest paying any more than cover price for anything, but if you can pick that up, find that on a shelf, grab it. It's one of those spec ones. It's worth the $4 or $5. Something's Killing the Children number 0, the whole prequel origin story, that's out this week. Another good one. And honorable mention, I got Living Hell number 1 from Dark Horse as well. That's another title from them. So some stuff coming down the road. I'm just going to start with one, which is it's X-Men number 10. it's the only reason I like this. Ryan Stegman. I love his art. And I saw he posted an image of the cover, which you see on the screen. It's just a gorgeous cover. That comes out January 29th of next year. A big one is Ultimate Universe 1 year in number 1 for Marvel. As you're probably aware, but if you're not, at New York City Comic Con, Marvel announced that there will be a new Ultimate Wolverine series starting January of next year. And this Ultimate Universe 1 year in comes out December 11th, so just over a month from now. And there's been a spoiler cover for this that has Ultimate Wolverine on the cover. It's a Cappuccio cover, and he's the main artist for the Ultimate Wolverine series that launches in January 2025. So this is, in book, you're going to get your first appearance of Ultimate Wolverine in this Ultimate Universe 1 year in. And also on that spoiler cover, you're getting your first cover appearance. So if you haven't got that pre-ordered, I would get on it, because I think the final order cutoff is this coming Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So call your shop tomorrow if that's something you're interested and get it. I would recommend cover A as well, but definitely the spoiler variant. The one to get of that whole series is the one with him on the cover, because that'll be your first cover appearance and in-book appearance. So that's a good one. Just talking about DC a minute ago, but Justice League Unlimited number 1. This comes out, oh shit, I forgot to write down. I think it's November 27th. It's basically a month from, or the end of, November 27th is when it comes out. And why this is such a good one, it's got an exclusive 4-page preview of the Hush 2 storyline, which launches in Batman 158 that comes out next March. So this is going to be your first, according to Jim Lee, this is an exclusive 4-page preview. in this Justice League Unlimited, so you're not going to get it in a whole bunch of comics like you did with Lobo's Daughter, or with like Strange Academy for Marvel, where you got it in like 10 different books. Apparently this, from what I understand, is only in this one book. So this Justice League Unlimited #1 is a really good one to get. I'm just getting a couple copies of Cover A. I'm not going crazy on it, because ultimately previews are not the same as your first full appearance, but definitely worth getting. That is a good one to get. That's like, say, November 27th, so that's another one. You better get on that. Get a hold of your shop and tell them you want it, because I don't... it'll be a bigger print run for that, but definitely worth getting. And talking about Batman, there is, like, say, Hush 2 storyline, which, if you remember, the old... It was basically over 20 years ago. The same writer... Jeff Loeb, you get Jim Lee, you're getting the same colorist, inker, all that stuff. They said the band is getting back together. It's going to be a 6-issue run that goes from 158 to 163. That starts in March of next year. Shops can't even pre-order that yet, so don't panic on it. It's going to be a big print run because there's going to be a lot of people wanting it. It's one of the most popular storylines ever. But keep your eye. The reason I threw this Batman in there, it's one of Jim Lee's most iconic covers, and I absolutely love it. Expect second, third printings for this run, and I would not doubt it. I mean, obviously Jim Lee's going to do a second or third print, I would expect. So just keep your eyes peeled for that, because it'll probably be a short order window. Seems to be the way. And sometimes, like with Absolute Batman, if you remember, the final order cutoff for the second print, that was before #1 hit the shelves. So that's partly, I think the second print is going to be actually quite a bit lower print than the third. So anyways, just keep your eyes peeled. I'll try to keep you up to date. If I hear something on Instagram, I'll let you know immediately, because I only do these videos once a week. So if you're not following me on Instagram, just follow Jim Comics on Instagram if you want to. You don't have to, whatever. There's going to be a ton of covers and everything else. I'm just going with Cover A's, unless there's a really nice, other cover. But I just want to let you know, if you don't have Batman on your list, like I don't right now, definitely 158 to 163 starting in March. Get it on there. Because Chip Zdarsky's run is ending with 157. Then they're doing this 6-issue run. It's going to be continuous. And then I don't know who the new writer is going to be starting at 164. So once Hush is done, you're going to want to have the new creative team, because a lot of times the new creative team will come in and then launch new characters and everything else. So just stick with Batman for the next little bit. Last one I want to talk about, well, actually two, Essentia 29. This is one. It's a regular price cover. It's one of those ones that it's Ronald McDonald getting stabbed with a knife. I don't know why it's a wicked looking cover. I think it's a Perillo cover too, so that's one. It doesn't come out till December 18th, so you've got time to pre-order that, but if you want to get on it, it is a regular price cover, so you should be able to get it for $5 or whatever. Pre-order it now if you're interested, because that'll most likely, when it hits, it'll sell out and jump up. I meant to talk about. I very rarely talk about exclusive covers, because I don't buy a lot of them. I might buy 1 or 2 a year, if that. It has to be a nice cover for me, and it also has to have something in the book. Sleeping Giants, who I've never bought a book from before. I saw this Ivan Tao cover they have for Ultimate Universe 1 year in, so it is in book is your first Ultimate Wolverine, and look at that cover, holy shit. That's a foil cover too, so do you know how gorgeous that's going to be? It's a steep price. I looked up on their website, it's like $57, so oh boy, I don't know. I'm very tempted to buy that one, but because it looks nice. Wow, does that look nice. Anyways, that's one of those old boy covers that would tempt me to go buy an exclusive cover. I'm not saying I don't buy it, but I'm just saying, wow, is that nice. So, anyways, that's all I got for you folks. There's some good books coming. Like I say, that Justice League Unlimited, make sure you pick that up. That's later this month, so that's with the preview for Hush. Get that one. Ultimate Universe 1 year in, get that pre-ordered for sure, and get Batman on your pull list from 158 onwards, because those are going to be, when that hits, that's going to be just as banging as your Absolute Batman right now. I can almost guarantee it. So anyways, there you go folks. Happy hunting. Talk to you later in the week. Bye for now.